Chada Chatar, and the ultimate Chadi showdown. It was the day no one in the town would ever forget. For years, Chada Chatar had eluded capture, running circles around the law and swiping Chadis from the most secure, bizarre, and dangerous places. But now, his sights were set on the most impossible heist yet. The prize? The Emperor's Chadi, a legendary garment rumored to be made of silk, so fine it shimmered in the moonlight and gave the wearer the agility of a ninja. The Emperor's Chadi was on display at the Grand National Chadi Museum, the town's most secure building, guarded by lasers, high-tech security systems, and an elite squadron of specially trained anti-Chadi theft officers. No one, not even the bravest thief, had dared to dream of stealing it. But Chada Chatar wasn't just any thief. As the sun set, Chada Chatar stood at the entrance of the museum, dressed in his iconic nightmare t-shirt and sunglasses. He smirked at the heavy security presence. Tonight was the night. This was his time. If he pulled this off, he would cement his legacy as the greatest Chadi thief in history. He pulled out a small device from his pocket, one he had spent months building, the Chadi Magnetizer 3000. The plan was simple. He would use the device to attract every Chadi in the building to him, including the Emperor's Chadi. But first, he needed to disable the security. Chada Chatar flipped a switch, and the device hummed to life. He took a deep breath and sprinted toward the museum. As soon as he reached the entrance, he leaped into action, dodging motion sensors and somersaulting over tripwires. Alarms started blaring, and red lights flashed everywhere, but Chada Chatar wasn't slowing down. "You'll never catch me," he shouted, a gleam of madness in his eyes. Suddenly, the elite squadron of anti-Chadi theft officers stormed in, their boots pounding against the marble floors. "There he is," one of them yelled. "It's Chada Chatar! He's come for the Emperor's Chadi!" With unparalleled speed, Chada Chatar spun around and unleashed his secret weapon, a whirlwind Chadi dance that confused and disoriented the officers. They tried to grab him, but his fluid, unpredictable movements left them stumbling into one another, falling like dominoes. Then came the lasers. As Chada Chatar made his way to the display room, the floor lit up with beams of red light crisscrossing in all directions. It was a deadly trap meant to slice through anyone foolish enough to try and pass. But Chada Chatar had been preparing for this. He put on a pair of infrared goggles and dove headfirst into the sea of lasers, twisting and flipping like a gymnast, avoiding each beam by mere centimeters. He finally reached the inner sanctum, a glass case containing the Emperor's Chadi, surrounded by electrified wires and more alarms. Without hesitation, he whipped out the Chadi Magnetizer 3000. With a loud buzz, every Chadi within a 50-meter radius began to tremble, pulled by an invisible force. "Come to me, my precious," Chada Chatar whispered, his eyes wide with anticipation. But just as the Emperor's Chadi began to float toward him, a deafening boom echoed through the room. The doors flew open, and standing in the doorway was none other than Chief Balwant Singh, the toughest cop in town, and the only man who had ever come close to catching Chada Chatar. "Not this time, Chada Chatar!" Chief Singh roared. "This ends tonight." For a moment, everything was still. Chada Chatar and Chief Singh locked eyes. It was the ultimate showdown. The unstoppable thief versus the unrelenting cop. With a roar, Chief Singh charged forward, his fist raised for a knockout punch. But Chada Chatar was too quick. He sidestepped the attack with a graceful twirl and with a flick of his wrist, sent the Chadi Magnetizer 3000 into overdrive. Every Chadi in the building, security guards, officers, museum staff, was ripped from their wearers and flew toward Chada Chatar. "Too slow, Singh." Chada Chatar cackled as the Emperor's Chadi floated into his outstretched hand. With a triumphant laugh, Chada Chatar activated a hidden trapdoor beneath him and disappeared into the underground tunnels of the city, leaving Chief Singh standing in the middle of the room, surrounded by stunned officers, all Chadi-less. The next morning, the headlines blazed across every newspaper. "Chadi heist of the century. Chada Chatar escapes with Emperor's Chadi." Despite Chief Singh's best efforts, Chada Chatar was never seen again. Rumor had it he retired in an undisclosed tropical location, living out his days in comfort with the Emperor's Chadi framed and hanging proudly on his wall. But whispers still float through the town. Every once in a while, a Chadi goes missing from someone's clothesline, and they say it's a sign. Chada Chatar might be gone, but the legend will never die. Because somewhere, out there, the greatest Chadi thief of all time is still waiting for his next grand heist.